to the presentation of the Manila Bay Declaration, we call on DENR Secretary Gerson Alvarez, Mr. Terence Jones of the UNDP to jointly present the Manila Bay Declaration together with the Manila Bay Coastal Strategy to Her Excellency the President. The mission is to collectively rehabilitate, protect, and maintain a healthy ecosystem in Manila Bay, sharing a vision of, quote, a clean, safe, wholesome, and productive ecosystem, a center of socio-economic development and a natural heritage, nurtured by genuine Filipino values with regard to better quality of life for present and future generations.
Mga bata, natignan niyo na ba yung ating paligid?
Opo.
Ano masasabi niyo, magbigay nga kayo ng problema na nakikita niyo sa ating paligid?
Sobrang dami ng tao.
Sobrang dami ng tao? Ano pa?
Sobrang dami ng basura.
Basura? Ano pa? Hindi.
Dahil po sa mga nagkalat ng mga basura sa mga parte ng tubig na pupulyot po yung ating mga parte ng tubig. Tulad po ng ilog, dagat, daragatan, at yung gamit po ng dinamita, nasisira po yung mga corals saka yung maliliit na isda. Pag matagal na po, baka wala na po makain isda. At dahil sa namamatay sila dahil sa mga basura na napupunta sa dagat.
For Filipino children from the province of Bataan in Luzon Island, environmental awareness is probably little more than a school subject. But when they grow up, these children will inherit a difficult task: protecting the seas of their country. The marine environment in the East Asian region is facing severe degradation, and this represents a serious threat to the future of the entire region. More than 1.6 billion people live within 100 kilometers of the coast in East Asia, and most of them depend on the sea for their livelihood and food supply.
It is a very important area. The seas of East Asia, is particularly the South China Sea, is a center of the marine biodiversity of the world. And it has a very large percentage of species, and it is also a very important area that support close to 40% of the world total fish productions, and therefore support the livelihood of millions and millions of fishermen. Now, it is also a very important area where you have very well-developed maritime activities, and it is a very fast-growing areas. And as a result of all this, the impact of the human activities on the marine environment has been very severe. And with all these relatively not well-planned economic activities, it has affected the pollution and the sea environment. It has created pollutions, and it has also damaged many of the marine habitats.
What's the best way to protect the seas of East Asia? One idea comes from partnerships in environmental management for East Asian seas, known as PEMSEA, which encourages governments, agencies, and different sectors of society to cooperate and safeguard the marine environment. 12 countries in East Asia decided to take this approach. They share a marine area that forms a unique region connected by culture, economy, ecosystem, and climate. They all face similar environmental problems, and so coordination is most important. What is successful in one place can work in another. The weather is particularly harsh during the monsoon season in July and August. Rainwater fills up the streams and rivers, and debris from the highlands are driven down by currents to the lowlands and into the sea. For Filipinos and people of other countries in the region, heavy monsoon showers and the resulting flash floods are commonplace.
This interconnectivity have to be resolved in a coordinated and integrated fashion. And it therefore required the commitments of not only the government, but also the participations of the various sectors of the economy. It needs the participations of the corporate society. It also needs the participations of the communities. It needs the policy support of the central government. It also needs the will, the political will, and the management efforts of the local government.
Metro Manila. 11 million people live in this congested urban area. Some days, venturing out into the middle of the traffic and breathing in the air requires a good deal of courage. Many of these people come from the countryside, but once settled in the city, they have no other choice but to join the growing global community of the urban poor. In the past 20 years, economic development here has taken precedence over any other consideration. The city's rapid growth has affected the environment and in particular the coastal waters of Manila Bay.
Manila Bay is pressured through a lot of mostly land-based pressures coming from domestic liquid waste, sewage, a lot of problems, commercial industrial liquid waste, and as well as on solid waste. Commercial industrial liquid waste accounts probably for about 30% of the water pollution problem in Manila Bay, while sewage or domestic liquid waste would account more for about 65% of the problem, and perhaps solid waste close to 5%.
But fishing must go on, even if the quality and quantity of fish is decreasing, and many illnesses linked to the contaminated water are spreading. Toxic red tides, for example, are a result of the abnormal growth of single-cell organisms. These are believed to be caused mainly by organic pollution. When they appear, authorities put a ban on the gathering, transport, and sale of shellfish. The contaminated shellfish are potential killers. So far, there have been around 2,000 cases of paralytic shellfish poisoning. 117 of these were fatal.